Hey friends, today our first client Mr. Daniel walked into our office and we were just having a little chat and discussing his business. He told us the business was doing great, he was enjoying it, and as a sole proprietor or single owner, he is managing and controlling the business all by himself. But sometimes he feels the need to have second opinion on some important decisions because there is a chance that one person may make mistakes. He seems to be searching for some helping hands. Secondly, he wants to expand his business but he has a limited capital to do so. Also, he was not able to arrange for loans because banks and lenders generally show less enthusiasm to lend to a sole proprietor concern. And lastly, his business is growing and he is also averse to take business risk alone. He is also aware of the fact that in sole proprietorship, he is personally liable for all losses in business and he needs to clear all business liabilities by paying off from his personal assets like house, jewelry or personal belongings. So Daniel asked us, are there any options to solve some of these problems? How can he expand his business to the fullest potential? We told Mr. Daniel that if you need more capital and want to share risk, then you need to share profits as well. For this, there are two options to choose. One is partnership firm and the other is a joint stock company. So let's talk a bit about partnership firms. Here we have an option to join hands with like-minded people and form a partnership firm. That is, when a group of 2 or more people pool in their resources to organize a business, a partnership firm is set up. Since there is more than one individual, they can raise more capital, but they will also have to share their profits and losses as mutually agreed. So a partnership firm is formed by signing of the partnership deed, which is nothing but an agreement on different terms between the partners. These partners will jointly own and manage the firm, or they may decide which partner will be responsible to manage and act on behalf of them all. One advantage in partnership over sole proprietorship is that the final decision made in business will be one which has been given considerable amount of thought. It is said that 2 heads are better than one. Also, each partner may specialize in one particular field like marketing or finance, or may have better knowledge on particular aspects. So accordingly, tasks may be divided. Thus, partnership can take away all the concerns or issues raised by Mr. Daniel and provide him more capital and more broad-based decision-making power. But Mr. Daniel need to keep one thing in mind, that in partnership, all partners are jointly and severally liable for all losses or liabilities of partnership firms. This means any creditor can sue any partner or all partners along with the firm. In case some partners become insolvent, then remaining solvent partners have to bear the liability of the firm with the firm's property, and if it's insufficient, then partners' own property will be used. There are also firms where partners only liable to the extent of capital contributed by them in the firm, and they are called limited liability partnership. So here, risk of deaths will be less. Now, Mr. Daniel also want to know something about joint stock companies. You must be knowing of what a company is, as we all keep hearing every day about companies like Apple, Samsung, Lenovo, Dell and so on. These companies have huge capital, millions of owners and an army of professionals working for these companies. And if we talk about the capital of joint stock companies, we may be aware that a company can raise more capital by getting listed on a stock exchange and issuing shares. Company can also raise debt from public in the form of debentures. More access to capital and debt means means more chances for business expansion. Now, as we said, companies can issue shares to public. The people who subscribe to these shares have voting and decision rights in the company. So they are termed as the owners and are also called shareholders of the company. They appoint board of directors who then are responsible for managing the company. And they follow an organized process which can lead to quality decision making in the company. In case of joint stock companies, what happens is each shareholder or owner is liable only up to the extent of their share capital. So their personal assets are safe. And here risk for each shareholder is limited. Although there are more legal formalities in formation of company than both the other organization, they have to prepare article of association and memorandum of association, which is like a guideline for their internal management and for the public. But once all this is done, there are so many other benefits. Like also, even if they require loans, lenders generally give highest preference to these companies since they are more secure and stable compared to the other two form of business organizations. In today's scenario, employees prefer getting a job at a company. So companies attract best professionals to work for them. Another very important benefit of company is that it has its own distinct legal identity or status in the eyes of law. It is considered to be an artificial person who can enter into a contract, acquire properties, sign documents on its own name through a common seal that serves as its signature. Thus, existence of company is not affected by death, insanity, insolvency of its owners. It can enjoy a very long and stable life, or we can say it has perpetual succession, means it goes on and on. This is not the case of sole proprietorship or partnership firm. Now, most of the details of companies are disclosed to general public at regular intervals. Also, audit of account of companies are done at regular interval. This enhances credibility of companies in the eyes of government, banks, suppliers, customers, employees and investors. On the contrary, Mr. Daniel as a sole proprietor has been enjoying complete secrecy of his business. Audits may not be mandatory if business is operated on a small scale. And so it may be difficult to get investments. Whereas in the partnership firm, secrecy in the business will be shared with the other partners. And if he plans to enter into the joint stock or partnership venture, he will have to register under the Partnership Act or Companies Act respectively. So now we have given Daniel all necessary information about different business organizations. Daniel thanked us for all the information.